It's Fox Sports NBA analyst Steven Jackson. Marcellus, I'll start with you. Do you agree that the NBA is becoming not fan-friendly?
Oh, yeah. Certainly agree with that. Gut check time for the fans. I hate to do this to you, but it's time for you to face reality, the same reality that players face when you go through the business of professional sports. It's amazing that so many fans get caught up in the name on the front of the jersey. You know what I'm saying? Pacers, you know what I'm saying? Spurs, get caught up in that, right?
Why shouldn't we?
And then, you know what? It's funny. The players used to get caught up in the name on the back of the jersey. Jackson and Wiley. We used to feel good about that. And you know what the league caught up in? Just printing jerseys.
And checks.
And we don't care where the teams are, because we'll give you more teams. We'll take away some teams. We don't care about these players fully in priority because they're going to keep coming and they're going to keep going. But we care about our economic values the most. The thing that you have to understand that fans are starting to realize is that the league is concerned mostly with the bottom line. So what's happening now is shifted. Players were up in arms. When can we get a balance of power? When can we get our rights heard? And then the players just started to realize the only way you could do it is by just taking advantage of your leverage. Now, the fans are sitting there on the outside saying, what is going on? These players are demanding what they want and getting out of town. What about us small markets? What about us flyover states? And you know what the league is going to do? They're going to give you an empty statement and continue to do what they've been doing, loading up the coast, loading up the major markets. Hopefully one of you small market teams get a pop here and there, San Antonio, others. But it's going to continue to drive the economic force which the league cares most about, which is just making more money. Sorry, fans.
Yeah, I go further with it. The loyal fan that's been dedicated to the organization, that's been buying tickets, they're suffering for the social media fan that's getting on there, acting like when a player gets traded, they hate the team so much they want to burn his jersey. They act like they're getting paid when. Like, if a player gets traded, they get so mad, like, okay, well, I don't get money from this contract now. You're not invested in that. They're getting too involved and too emotional about that. I love the diehard fans, but I don't like the fans that get on Instagram and talk about players' families when they go to different teams. I don't like the ones that get on there and all of a sudden just demean this man and burn his jersey because he got traded and made a decision to go to another team. I love the fans that put the fire to the jersey. They're like, no, let me take this down. You did great while you were here. That's the real fans. But the fans that get on social media and make it more personal than about the game, that's what's ruining the great fans.
You know what, Steve? You brought me to another point that I had not considered in terms of the ramifications of social media. The fan is being misrepresented on social media.
That's what I was trying to say.
So players are starting like, well, damn, this is how fans feel?
Exactly.
And the animosity towards the fan has been heightened for athletes, in my view, and it's made them care less about the fans. But I don't think what you see on social media is the reality of the overwhelming majority of fans.
It's not, because when I go out in public and I see a lot of fans, it's totally different. They're very respectful, you know. But it's always the fan with the egg avatar, or the fan that feels like he has something.
Got 3 followers.
Yes.
Hold on.
And that's the only bad part.
No. Let's not let them off the hook. I'm riding on these fans. You know why?
I'm riding on them too.
I'm going to ride on these fans for the origin of where their passion lies. Are you more in love with the sport, or are you more in love with your team? You're getting slapped in the face right now because the NBA is telling you should love the sport. Oh, you thought it was all about Indiana? You thought it was all about Oklahoma City? And this is so funny because when the fans start to realize, wait a minute, I learned my love and loyalty and passion for this certain team, small market usually, by my parents or by my locale. But they're trying to tell you now your greater interest should just be in the game as a whole, as we try to even make this global, rather than you getting stuck in your own borders. So boo-boo the fool, wake up. We are trying to grow this thing, and it has no concern to locale.
You're making another excellent point that's like fits into an overall narrative about there's a segment of society that's not into this global deal, right? I'm talking about it goes well beyond just sports. This whole, because again, I never was a global citizen, and I'll never be. And I have enough wealth that I could be. I could call myself an elite, and I'm a global. I can pop over to Europe. But everybody I grew up with, everybody y'all grew up with, they weren't global citizens.
Still ain't.
And the overwhelming majority of us are not global citizens. And so we do fall in love with our local team.
Yeah.
And we do this whole thing of athletes just popping up everywhere. And look, if we were in the old days of the NBA or professional sports where you could make a nice living but not acquire generational wealth, I would go like, you know what, Paul George wants to go play at home because he's going to make $1.5 million this year. I got that. He'd be more comfortable. But when you're making $30 and $40 million a year, I'm like, hey man, you can make do here in Oklahoma City.
Yes.
And as a fan, that's how I feel. You can make do in Indianapolis. There's some things to do. You can have a good time there. I had a good time there growing up. You didn't have a bad time.
Jason, I hate to do this to you, brother.
What?
I'm going to have to call you out, too.
What?
Because you just as bad and as guilty as all these players and they player movement. Where you from, homie? Where you from, homie?
From Indianapolis.
Okay, then where'd you go, homie?
Kansas City.
And where you at now, homie?
Los Angeles.
Why you here? You know why you here, because of this shine, baby. And these players are no different than a damn Jason Whitlock. Everybody can make money in different places, but guess what?
Let me say this,
all right.
Marcel. Honest again, I'm not adding yeast to this.
Okay.
I put 16 years in Kansas City.
16 in the
could
clip.
have left after 5. And there was some loyalty. Again, it fit me, but there was some loyalty. This was good for me. I enjoyed Kansas City. I put 16 years in. And,
good job, Westbrook. Good job, Westbrook. Keep staying in OKC. What's going to happen? Good job for you.
But how can we separate the fan that the game needs from the fan that the game doesn't need? Perfect example. The fan that gets mad and break his TV after the game, that's the same one that's talking about people's family. But what about the fan that sees LeBron and be like, you know what, I hate you left my team, but I appreciate it. That's the fans that's good for the game, but not the ones that's causing more turmoil.
I'm going to tell you this, Steve, why you're wrong.
Yes.
You need the fanatic.
No, you need them, but you don't need them breaking TVs and fighting after games and stuff like that.
Anything you do in the comfort of your home, I got no problem.
But that's too invested.
It's my TV.
That's too invested, though. You're not getting paid by you're not getting paid by the team. The team is not going to fix your contract.
You wrong. Get him.
I've shed some real tears. Over the Pacers when they was finals and playoff runs.
And how did you benefit from them tears? Did they pay you? Did they send you some Kleenex?
No, but I'm just saying.
No.
Fanaticism is why you make so much damn money.
Thank you.
But don't get too invested in it. When you breaking shit.
What happens is,
you breaking stuff in your house.
I'm with Whitlock.
You're fighting your kids.
I'm with Whitlock. You know why?
Relationship breakup?
First of all, you can't detail what fanatic behavior looks like because you need them to go beyond that comfort zone.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
It's polarizing. Floyd Mayweather showed us as athletes, you need fans like this. You need two camps. One that loves you and one that loves to hate you.
So they fight after the game. That's a good fan.
Dude, it materializes and monetizes through their passion.
Okay, I got him,
and
Whit.
that's why we're here.
So Detroit fans were good fans for throwing stuff on us?
No.
Already going
My
over
point. That's
not a good fan, though.
That's going over the top.
That's going over the top.
That's going too far.
You're right. That's too far. But we're
so fight another team after a game on the road, another team because they're rooting for their team and they lost, fighting them outside. That's a good fan?
No, we're not talking in the extremes. We're talking in the general. In the general fan who, even though I don't like it, you burn your jersey, you over there. Go ahead. He's all in. He's all in.
Love it. Have felt that emotion.
The same person burning that jersey would see LeBron at the store. Let me get an autograph.
No question.
Right, of course.
No question.
So why do all that? You invested too much.
Because
that's wasted energy.
Steve,
where does money come
you've
from?
never
You're not getting paid for the guy. You're not getting paid LeBron. You're not getting paid by it,
you're a human being just like everybody else.
Yeah.
You're capable of more than one emotion. Yeah. You can love your
old
girl.
Line. It's the old line with what you eat don't make me go to the bathroom. What you eat do not make me go to the bathroom.
All right, we didn't go. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. And be sure to check out more of the best clips from Speak For Yourself or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.